And you know how we do during the open mic. We just switch everything off and we have honest to God conversations. Many times it's Bashir and I in studio, but Mungu anasema nyinyi leo wacha niwaletee mgeni wa heshima. Alafu tunapiga stories za maana sana mno you guys.
No, I mean Sagodi, I'm to bless. The studio is smelling absolutely amazing. You know, it's a breath of fresh air, you know, just from something against the normal, just Jasho Jembamba sort of mood. I mean, at least there's some femininity in the studio.
You guy.
And the guest Mazay, I think I have a lot of questions. I'll be saying a friend of mine, but it really be me. So without further ado, because I have a lot of questions and I know it's going to be a fun conversation, I'll just read this introduction I wrote. I wrote it, but ChatGPT just pangered and did punctuations. But these are my words, these are my sentiments. ChatGPT ilinisaidia tu mambo mawili matatu. Majority ni mimi. So tonight we are joined by Agnes Ng'ang'a, a Nairobi-based counseling psychologist, trauma-informed therapist, trainer, and the founder of Mind Garden KE. Agnes works with individuals and couples navigating love, heartbreak, marriage, preparation, separation, and emotional healing. She specializes in premarital counseling, couples therapy, and divorce recovery support groups, helping people understand not just how to love, but how to love safely, consciously, and sustainably. As Valentine's season fills the timeline, where is your boyfriend? You know, the timeline is filled with roses and expectations. Agnes brings a refreshing reminder that love is not just a feeling, it's a skill. And like any skill, it's shaped by our past experiences, emotional patterns, and the health of our inner world. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and help me welcome the amazing Agnes Ng'ang'a.
Karibu sana to the studio.
Thank you.
You said it's your first time on radio.
Oh, yes, it is.
Who have these people been hosting on their radio stations?
I'm wondering.
No, Karibu sana. This week is a month of love. I've heard Bashir say, as I was reading some of your accolades, he talked about emotional healing.
Yes.
Is there true healing after divorce?
Yes, I can say yes, there is. But is there like where you get to a place where you're fully healed and you have no more issues? No. Healing is not a destination.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's a journey. And it's a journey people can start and continue. And with the right support, you can heal and find love again. I've actually worked with couples that have found love again.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, even after divorce.
No, they divorced and then what they...
Yeah, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Were they both divorced? Ama ilikuwa mmoja divorced?
Was it the same marriage? Did they divorce and then come back and marry again?
No.
Okay.
Yes, I've had couples who've separated and gotten back again, but also divorced couples who've gone out and found love in different people.
Okay.
Yes. So like they did life with one person and it never worked. They come back and do the inner healing we are talking about, the emotional healing, and they get to understand how do I show up as myself. But there's a lot of inner work, introspecting, so that you understand where you failed, not where the other person failed you.
But yeye ndio aliniumiza.
Hapana. Where you failed. Wewe ulienda kutafuta mtu anakuumiza kwa nini?
Alikuwa na kapoa kwa picha.
So what are you looking for? Probably you went looking. I joke with my friends and I tell them, shida ni kwenda kwa soko mbaya.
Okay.
Yeah, unaenda kwa soko mbaya. You go probably even the wrong time, or you go to a soko with no skills of choosing.
Okay.
Yeah, like people who are good at choosing watermelon, they will look at a whole watermelon and they will tell you, this one doesn't have brown spots. This one is not like oval enough. It is elongated. It is not sweet. So they know how to choose. So
in fact, they tap it somehow.
And somehow they listen. And when you cut it, it goes sour. But there are people you who go to the market of kutafuta mpenzi and they have no idea how and where to start. How do I start looking for love?
Okay.
Yeah. What kind of a person do I look for? Not the tall, dark and handsome. The chick looks for
lips, hips and fingertips.
No, mnaweza sema tu just like me. Si lazima mtumie menu.
Yeah. Or I don't know what do guys look for when they go to the market. They're the ones who looking for hips and
Yes, body shape,
okay,
nyash,
colour.
maneno.
Supporting documents.
Yeah, maze.
Supporting documents.
Skin tone.
Rangi ya thao.
Yeah, rangi ya thao, maze.
Yeah. So other than that, things that are superficial, how do you look for more? Yeah, unless you're temporarily looking, but if you're looking for more, you have to go deeper. So for you to go deeper, you need to understand yourself. You know, the way you go to a shop to buy a shirt, and you start fitting in until you carry the one that fits in, and the difference between why they fit you is because probably your height, because of the sleeves, the length, the arm,
cuffs.
the cuffs. So it fits you because it is made in a certain way. So another shirt is made for Bashir, a different structure altogether.
Yeah.
It will fit him a different way. So if you go to the market, who fits you? Yeah, and not fitting you in terms of
lips, hips, and finger.
And lips and nyash. No,
Yes.
fitting you in terms of values and characters.
Okay.
Yeah. So for you to know someone fits your values and your character, so that means you have to understand your own values and characters. But like I was asking before, who teaches you what are your values and your characters?
Your the environment where you grew up, your folks,
Religion sometimes.
religion many times.
Yeah. So how you grew up with the people around you, they taught you your values and your characters. Your environment actually shapes you. So if you grow up in an environment that doesn't inform you well on who you are, on your values and your characters, an environment that doesn't believe in you, an environment that never saw you working hard enough and doing good enough, an environment that always put you down. They never saw the good in you. So you grow up always putting yourself down, not thinking you're good enough, not thinking you're capable of achieving some dreams. You fail your exams and you become ng'ombe ya nyumbani. Yeah. So, and all these words are repeated over and over again in your life. They change who you are as a person. So somehow they change how you show up even in your adulthood. So even when you go to isoko ya kutafuta mpenzi, you find that you will take people who, can I say, help you self-sabotage yourself, who are affirming the belief that you already have yourself. Yeah. So if you think you're not good enough, you will somehow attract someone who will keep reminding you that you're not good enough. So wataleta madharau. Yeah, they will talk badly at you, they will look down at you. Alafu unasema ati mapenzi haifanyi kazi. No, mapenzi works. Yeah, but most of us have been applying the wrong formula of looking for love.
Yeah, so I think what you're saying is also, before you go and look for someone else, as a person you need to like solve your things. I think I was speaking about that. I feel like at a certain age, when you become an adult, like it's up to you. I know there's a lot of childhood trauma and we suffer a lot from upbringing and all that, but like you're an adult now, like it's up to you to solve your own things. So like going to therapy, just dealing with your triggers and all these things before you even start looking for a partner. Like as you're saying, like I think when you go there and you are healed, you'll also get a healed person or a better person. For if you go there and you have your issues, you'll just attract someone who also sort of encompasses that sort of negativity and that vibe.
So you attract who you are.
Definitely. That's my favorite line.
Okay. Hey, Shota Nyadi.
When I'm walking with couple.
I think Alidania may come up now.
Not really. I've just deduced from your what both of you have said.
Yeah.
And whatever you said, it's very true. And you attract who you are. Yes. Yeah. Energy, back to physics. Energy attracts energy, right? Like energy out, energy in. So whatever you give, it's what you receive. Yeah.
What if you think yourself to be a generally good person, right? And you think yourself to be well raised and you know some of these things, but now the people you're attracting could you say they are sort of taking advantage of your good nature or something of the sort? Because personally, maybe I can use myself as an example. I've attracted some very strange characters over the years, but I don't consider myself, even when I hear some of them talking, I'm like, hey, how do you think the way you think? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they still a typical type of individual who keeps coming, hey, mambo. So like, how am I attracting these guys?
Ulienda kwa soko gani? Going back to Kenya.
Nasanga.
Yeah.
So is it, do you attract who you are or you attract who you tolerate or something?
You attract who you are, and you will keep who you tolerate. Okay. Yeah.
Andika hiyo.
And it's not like to say that you will not have people, like you're saying, people who are coming into your life, you're attracting and you're wondering, umenitoka na wapi? No. There are people who will always come to test your boundaries in life.
Yes.
So the question is, when these people come with these things you're seeing, they are amiss. So probably their values are amiss, their character is questionable, and you're tolerating them to keep them. The question is, why are you doing that?
You can change her.
Or maybe they're very good in bed.
The 80-20 rule. Yeah.
What is 80-20 rule?
You've heard of 80-20 rule?
No, acha nianze kuandika
In this
hiyo.
context, no.
Sounds like it's gonna be fire.
It's like when you're in a relationship and 80% of the things are working, but 20% is missing. Yeah, so you feel like this is a good chick, she's respectable, but the
There's
nyash
just something.
doesn't move the way I want.
Okay.
I'd want her a bit taller than she is, or she's too tall for me. I'd want her a bit shorter for me. Probably I would want her a bit thin. It's like 80% of the things are working, but you concentrate your energy on the 20% that is not working.
Okay.
And you feel so frustrated in this relationship. But then when you look on the outside, you find the 20%, and you're like, wow. Yeah, you know what you're missing. When you get what you're missing, that is when you feel like nimefika. So you go and find someone who gives you the 20%, only again to move in with them and realize they don't have the 80%. Yeah. So your chances have gone down. Now you're having 20 and missing
80.
Yeah. And so you start again questioning yourself. How did I get here?
Yeah.
Ego kicks in. I can't leave her. She's pretty.
Yeah.
She's all these
Sunken cost.
I was looking, but she's not a good mother to my children. Yeah, she doesn't respect me. She's not someone I can grow with, because there are things that, as you age, there are things that will go fading. So with time, you go and embracing things that will last you in a longer relationship. So you realize she can't give me this. But the ego tells you, si uliambia watu umefanyiwa vibaya last time, so you can't leave this one. So you start compromising. Or you find yourself leaving that one and then again going to look for someone who will represent the 80%. And probably also it tells why there's a very high rate of second marriages going forward failing than the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Research has shown that. Yeah.
Second marriages are really failing.
Oh yes, there's a higher rate for second marriages to fail than the first marriages. And when you go to the third and to the fourth, your probabilities go decreasing. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just saying that's just one of the factors. There are other factors that contribute to that. But are there people who found happiness in second marriages? Yes.
So
and there are people who've gone out to do the work of the inner healing.
So you're saying, say I am in a relationship or I'm about to get into a relationship, the priority is to work on yourself first.
Yes.
That's priority number one.
Oh yes. Yeah. It is you. You know that Michael Jackson song, when you want to change the world, change the man in the mirror? Yeah. Don't go changing the chicks around you. First change yourself. Then
But akichange tutaingia barabarani.
Then you can go. Akichange, you will realize the problem wasn't her. The problem was you.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's that hole that will still be there. There will still be that desire of I want something else, because satisfaction doesn't come. Fulfillment will never come from people. They might look, you might tell chat GPT, create for me, I mean, with how you know me, create for me a
The
chicken.
perfect,
Yeah, and chat GPT drops the chick at RG radio here, and you're like, wow. But then again, there will still be that void.
One more question, Bashir.
Yeah, it's okay. No, ndio umepitia mambo ya mapenzi. Iko sawa.
So what does preparing yourself for love look like?
Good question. And it looks like very hard work, but very, very good work that you do. And it's all, like we say, it starts by understanding yourself. Know yourself. What are your characters? What are your values? What is this that you're looking for? Because you're looking for whatever you already are. And then learn your blind spots. Go for therapy, go for support groups. Live with people who build you, people who will call out your bullshit, so that you can learn your blind spot. You said something like, at times you think you're good. We all think we're good in one way, because we look at good from the view of our own world, from how we view the world, our own perspective. And probably what we think is good isn't necessarily healthy for a relationship. For example, someone who grew up with chaos in a relationship, they think chaos is normal. So when they fight in a relationship, they think fighting is okay. So why are you having problems when I bring in fight? But because for them, that's familiar, that is normal.
Baseline normal.
Yeah. And I think it can be the other way around, because me, I grew up with my parents arguing all the time. So like conflict was always there. So when I grew up, I never wanted conflict. So I became I'll just let it slide, because in the greater good of peace, like you do something wrong to me, I'm like I don't want that, because I've experienced the other side of arguments and nini. I'm like, just for the peace of it, ocha, let me just swallow it na niendelee nayo. Like I was very non-confrontational. I still struggle with it, but now when I realized, I'm like, it's because I used to see that as a kid. And now that, like you have to have these very tough conversations. You need to have not necessarily arguments, but you need to have sort of like disagreements too, and like healthy ones, which is like important in a relationship of any sort. It doesn't have to be romantic, even like a work relationship, for example, because I hang out with him so much. So sometimes yeye atafanya kitu, so initially nilikuwa na sawa tu, so for the sake of his job wacha ni, but squeeze he tell him.
Yeah.
You do?
True.
Yeah.
So you became avoidant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Mbaya sana.
Yeah. So when you become avoidant, you don't fight for your rights.
Yeah, I get you.
You do not communicate. So your voice is suppressed. So you will just let people pass by, but you have this emotional baggage that you're carrying, of you're not unable to speak out for your own needs, because it's very important for you to come out and speak about what is important for you. So it works both ways. So I was saying, you need to understand how you're showing up, what are your values, and what are your characters, what are your blind spots in life, and then what are the emotional wounds that you're carrying. And these emotional wounds you're carrying could have been inherited generations back. So there are things that you went through, that you deal with and go process them, but there are things also that you don't know. So this is where again the emotional intelligence kicks in. You need to understand why you when you show up angry, when you show up annoyed, what is happening inside you. It could be something that has happened to you, but it could be, like we were saying, there are things that you have no words for, so you can't explain, but you need to have skills on how to emotionally regulate. Have a grounding for your emotions. So it takes a lot of personal work first before we go working on other people.
So how do we know we are ready then?
You don't know when. You don't know, like, there's not really being ready before getting into a relationship. Let me first put it there so that people don't think that I have to go back and get ready so that I can get into a relationship. No. You can heal when you're in a relationship. And the only way you know that you are being triggered is when you're in a relationship and something doesn't sit right. So when you're able to, number one, have a buffer for your emotions, Yeah, you can sit with them, we can process them without them swaying you from one side to the other. Just know you are in the journey of healing. And I said, healing is a journey. It is not a destination. So there's no waking up one day and saying, hooray, I have healed. And now I am done learning and unlearning, and I am done working on myself. No. But when you can be able to handle situations that are ahead of you, that have been brought on your table, without them breaking you, with you holding your ground, just know that you're in the right path. Yeah.
I mean, hapa kwa nini in your the profile I got, you say that love is a skill. Can you just expound on that?
Oh yes, because you learn. Yeah. We've lived in a society that sells love it sells love as that one thing, that good thing, as a performance. But love is grown through connection. So you learn how to connect with people around you.
Yeah.
It is a skill. When you listen to people, I hear you say, okay. When you affirm people, those are ways of connecting. When you first listen to them before you coming in and defending yourself when it's an you're being accused. That is a skill that you learn. Yeah. So love is not a performance. It's not the red balloons and the red dresses and the dinners.
The teddy bear,
and the
expensive
teddy bears
dinners,
and the chocolate.
roses. Thank you. Nikatie hiyo. Cheki babe. No, alisema love is not all these things. It's a skill. Achana na mambo ya expensive dinner na chocolates.
Yeah. So it's not a performance, but it grows through connection. So you need to be intentional. If you're looking for love, you need to be very intentional in making these connections. And I said one of them, like listening. Listening is a skill. You learn. Communication is a skill that you learn. Yeah. You look like you want to ask something.
No, I'm just listening. Don't mind me. Mina skiza.
It's
So-
a skill.
Where do we learn this skill of love? Is there a school where you learned it where? Ndo twende.
Acha niseme mimi ni wale wali learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Have you ever been thrown into the deep end and you're forced to swim?
Yeah.
That's the thing in our country, or rather in our culture. We don't learn about love. Growing up, you just grow up in a family of a father and mother. You see your father and mother talking. At least gone are the days where children were bought in supermarkets. You won't tell that to this generation. That's what my generation was told.
Yeah.
So you will see your father and mother existing in the same environment, but you never know what happened. And I also happened to grow up in a generation where there was no emotions, were never expressed. So I would never hear my father telling my mother, no, I love you, or see flowers, or see all these acts of love. No, I just saw two people who looked for a way to live together, to bring up a family. But then again, I'm lucky to have grown up in a family where I never saw my parents fight. There were no disagreements. So again, I'm saying I'm lucky but unlucky at the same time, because I also never learned the art of fighting and repairing ruptures. So I thought people just lived like that. They never fight, they never argue. And then I went to my market and got my product, and I never, when the fight started coming, I didn't know.
You shangad sana.
Yeah, nilishangaa. I didn't know how to fight.
Yeah.
But then, to cut the long story short, going forward, I realized that there were things that I had no clue about. So I had to go back and research and read for myself. And the energies, again, the universe connected me with one person and the other, and I really learned a lot. And I thought to myself, I can't keep this information to myself. I have to keep it outside there, because many people are desperate for this information. So why not save the next generation by telling them things are different, kwa ground vitu ni different, and these are the skills that you can learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's this question that I'd written here, and you've alluded to it, because I wanted to ask you if our parents were in love. and you've mentioned that.
Yeah.
But there's also I think there's me and some friends of mine used to say the way love is a verb, meaning it's a doing word, right?
Yeah.
More than a feeling. So do you think that is what our folks are doing? Because most of them, at least my folks, they went through a lot of challenges in their journey, but they stayed together like till the end, till their deaths.
Yeah.
Mmoja amekufa, mwingine bado paka anasema my name is Widow Sarah. Mzee, picha yako itolewe from the wall. Hii ni nyumba ya mzee. So do you think this modern description of what love is what is leading most of our marriages kwa they normally say kwa mutaro? You get what I'm saying? So we have a very
performative,
very Hollywood like perception of what love is.
billboards, helicopter rides,
running towards each other on the beach,
money bouquet.
Man.
Shout out to the government.
But our parents were, they were committed to each other.
Yeah.
They through the ups and the downs, they were there. But there's this new modern thing of what love is, which seems not to be working. So do you think that what we were seeing, despite the odds, is what love is?
Two things here. And one of them is that our generation, or rather the current generation that is getting in love and falling, getting married and falling in love, there are disadvantage and advantage at the same time because of the social media, and this is the information our parents were never exposed to. Today I was doing a paper on secularization, and one of the things that secularization.
Okay.
And one of the things I noticed is that why it's happening is because the more people are learned, the more they are running away from religion.
Okay.
And in fact, that where I was doing that research, it had said that it had quoted countries that the percentage of people who believed in religion is lowering as we go on in life. So I thought to myself, even in marriages, marriage in the old context, it is godly, it's religious. It comes with a religious concept. The man and a woman will leave the father and then go and live together.
Cleave.
Yeah.
Live and cleave.
And live and cleave together. That is the kind of marriage our parents had. But right now, there are many people who are also moving away from that.
Okay.
Again, the patriarchal society. I don't know whether we can talk about relationship without bringing patriarchal here. There were certain traditions. Like I grew up hearing women in my village being advised that mwanamke ni kuvumilia. And with the current generation, with the rise in women employment, most of our mothers never worked. They stayed home. And the generation before that, they stayed home and looked at the family. But now dynamics have changed. The women have become more independent. The women are coming out and making the money. So it could be also one of the things they are like, we saw our parents do life in a way that was just I didn't want to use the word mediocre, but it was just there. But, okay, from my perspective, it might look mediocre, but for them, that was life. Being in that marriage, not going anywhere, was life. But now there's this modern girl who wants to travel, who wants to do life, and has the finances to do that. So it becomes a bit difficult right now. And we can't do marriage right now the way it was done then, because the stakes have changed. The environment has changed. But does that mean that their marriages won't last? No. They can still last, even if they are done now. So our parents enjoyed marriage how it was then, because their environment also allowed it. Remember, you can't desire for what you don't know.
But now with this new method, this new modern woman and modern man, mtaro direct, like majority of the guys around me, like in my WhatsApp group, majority of the marriages are broken. The ones which are working, you know the good guys, I normally tell Bashir, the good guys in the group what a divorce. Good guys meaning the guys go home early, you know, they used to buy flowers on the weekend. These are the guys who do horrible things. Bibi anampata kwa Airbnb, and I'm not encouraging guys to do that. Bibi unasikia bana nani bibi yake alimpata kwa Airbnb bana, jamaa atakuwa na nguo
keyword bibi yake.
Exactly. Hawajachana. So my question is, yes, there's a change. Yes, we can't do it the way our folks did it. But yes, this modern way of doing things seems not to be working.
In fact, I wanted to ask whether you want to advocate for that, because people might get this information wrongly and think that afadhali kuwa mkora.
No, I don't advocate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and your friend group is just one of the groups that are suffering. Many young people are suffering. But the question is, how did you find yourself where you are? When you're getting married, do people go back and ask themselves when they're getting married, what is this that I am getting into? Do they really have honest conversations with them? Leave alone whatever the Bible tells you for bad and
for better and for worse.
Yeah, for better and for worse, for sickness and in health. Or you as a person, what are your values? What are your characters that you're carrying in? And the issue comes in when people do relationships for Instagram and social media, other than doing relationships for connection. You know that if you hook up with so and so, your rate goes high. Probably you are 6, you have become now a 9. You are 5.
Your social standing.
Yeah, your social standings go high. So people do these things. The problem comes in when people do these things for Instagram, for social settings, other than for real connections. Because if it's for real connections, they have to start somewhere. They have to come with a lot of evaluation. Remember, you're doing life with someone. This is someone you wake up next to, you eat with, you get naked with. There is a lot of you personally that you're investing. So the question is, why have you chosen this person to invest in? Why have you chosen A and not B? So if you choose wrong, chances are things will go wrong. So if we can go back and teach people on the process of choosing right, chances are things will go right. There are many people who've failed in marriages and divorced and have found happiness somewhere else, and probably chances are they started wrong. Like we say, there's no information on starting right. Again, remember when you're dating, the excitement of someone, the chemistry kicks in. When the chemistry kicks in, the common sense goes out of the window, and you'll find that probably even if you were to ask someone, like I was somewhere in a PMCC group, premarital counseling group, and I asked them, why do you love the person that you love? Why do you love the person that's next to you? And many of them couldn't answer that question. And they were like, because they make me happy. So what if one day they stop making you happy? And how is your happiness dependent on someone else?
Oh yeah, I get you.
They compliment me. So it more has to do with a selfish reason why I'm with the person that I am with than a genuine reason. A selfish reason because there's a certain way they make me feel.
Or they're beautiful, or they are pretty or something.
Yes. And when they are pretty and beautiful, how does that make you feel when you walk with them?
Polite.
No,
people respect me more when I enter the room with her because she's attractive. Like there's a certain
social credits.
That
your credits called pandas yake yote.
Yeah, people wake up when they salimia you both hands like this. Just respect.
And is that a reason enough for you to go tie down your life with someone?
No. I mean, it feels nice to be honest, but I get what you're saying. But you see, Listen, Agnes,
Yeah.
you are making a lot of sense. I won't even lie to you.
I should stop making sense.
And with your voice, it's so soothing. You're making a lot of sense, but it's not sensing to me because love is very emotional.
Yeah.
You see, like we can talk about all these things and then sawa, the right market, nini.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with emotions, it's not as easy as when you're naive. Like it's very tough. Like you just be infatuated with someone to the point where you're like, we just forget about this checklist.
Yeah.
Like ananibamba too, and I'm feeling nice when I'm with them. Like we just forget about all these other things.
Yeah.
So how do we combat that? Because love is very emotive. Like huwezi kuja hapo na checklist uko like sawa acha niingie kwa isoko polite. Okay, so number 1, okay, tick. Like you see, like it's a vibe thing. Like nikiingia niko like, okay, I talked to her, I enjoyed her company, we connected nini.
Yeah.
I really don't look at all these other things. So what is your advice? How do we go about that? See, like just making sure that we have a balance of obviously you're with someone who you're attracted to and you enjoy their company, but also they sort of check in all these other boxes that umesema.
Okay. I really like that because when the logic brain is up, the emotional brain has shut down, and vice versa. That's why people are being told wacha ku reason na emotions, because emotions can't reason, they are never logic. So I really like that, and love is emotion, and you will get yourself tied in that emotional connection. You just want to first connect with this someone before fine, but you remember I said a skill. So when it is a skill, for example, a skill of driving, when you get in the car and you know how to drive, you don't start thinking which gear am I putting. You just switch on the ignition, pop, and you're on the road. So when you teach your nervous system what is good for you and what your body wants, it will become very easy. So even when you're in the emotional world, it will find your people. It will find and connect with you. Then again, even if we fall in love, we are not all the time in our emotional brain. At some point, you need to sit back and ask yourself, where am I? And the good thing with emotions is that they teach us. So when you find yourself all over, heads over heels, there's a lot of chemistry going on. This is when you sit back, and I'm not saying don't enjoy life. When that moment is, go there, but have these moments where you have time for yourself and ask yourself, why am I so excited? I feel this heat in my stomach whenever I see them. So where is this coming from?
Butterflies.
This butterfly. Is it even coming from a place of being wanted, being validated by this person? Because some of these needs that we feel, some of these feelings we feel come from a need that needs to be fulfilled. And if it's fulfilled the wrong way, we become the slaves of that wrong fulfillment. And this is where the addictions kick in, because they are fulfilling something. They feel nice. The validation, the attention. So you will, if for example you have a need for validation, you'll always look for people who make you feel so good about yourself. But the moment they stop that, you retreat back and you realize, I need to look for another source that fulfills me.
Let's shout out people over here on the timeline. George is saying ako tuned in. Walking Mild anasema admission C004 at Mtaro Institute of Correction. Great conversation for those of us when your relationship ziliingia Mtaro. Don't worry, you get used to this. Third World Gaming anasema Manu umesikia Rezoras ni soko mbaya. Dennis Mutevia. A club soko mbaya? Would you define a club as a sokombaya?
The fact that you have to ask.
No. I would define it as a sokombaya. But they are good.
But the sokombadala.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a time. Maybe ukienda kwa club asubuhi. So umesema even time. Maybe ukienda 2-3 asubuhi utapata mademu wazuri.
Aya, Ositu says locked into the best show in East and Central Africa, the Wind Down. Welcome to the great of the greatest show, Sister Agnes Ng'ang'a. West Pokot tunakusikiliza yetu yote. Michael Wamboi says hello Kisiandonya. Say hi to Bash and Psychologist Agnes. Mambo ya relationship na mtaro zinaendanga hand in hand. I just can't be advised, mtu aweke kwake venye anajua. Watu wanapitia sana huko nje, Agnes. It's very good. You should be coming here more often. Kelvin, hata hujaanza kazi. Hapa kuna kazi mingi. Kelvin says locked in from Mirema. Hashtag the wine. Shout out to you, brother. ZKZ anasema Muntaro Institute tumeanza kuletea motivational speakers. Shout out. Kim MD anasema leo tunafunza kutoka Mtaro hapa Mtaro University kama kuingia huyo nini. Haya, Kevin Dungu anasema how does one process emotion grounding, as you say, for us who experience dips not understanding its origin? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you want to take that? Should I give you like 1 or 2? Because we only have 8 minutes. And then there's another brother who's asking, Manu, ask Agnes about the issue you raised on the pod about married people having separate rooms and only coming together during coitus. Could that save many marriages? Staying in separate rooms or even separate houses, just to reduce the familiarization.
Yeah, you know what, let's do separate continents at this
No,
point.
that's a bit too far. No. Aya, Zikazi amerudi akasema hii kitu haina formula bwana. If the reason you're not married is the fear of mtaro, you'll always live a miserable life till you pass away. Chebet is also in the building. Shout out to Chebet. Anasema the big question tonight is she the Agnes we know? Hapana. Huyu ni Agnes psychologist. Sawa, Agnes Ng'ang'a, therapist and counseling psychologist.
You need to give daktari context. So in this wind down universe, because we have a lot of fictional characters, because we're on radio, we can't say names.
Oh, okay.
So the main cause of Emmanuel's sorrow in this world is a lady by the name of Agnes. Agnes is not the real name. So when I saw the post, I'm like, Agnes. she's the trouble and the solution at the same time.
No. You see Agnes. But ni Agnes.
How do you feel ukisikia hiyo jina Agnes? Does it trigger?
No. Me, I'm happy. Yeah. I'm healed.
No. You can start answering that questions as we talk about emotion. How do you feel?
About? What exactly?
When you hear the name Agnes.
No, I don't feel anything, because it's not the real name.
But
I came up with a name so that I can talk about I created a name for the character. You know what I mean? Because you can't talk about people on radio and on.
But how do you feel? Because it's tied to that person.
No, I don't feel.
When we say Agnes, you know
they
exactly
didn't do anything to me,
They're
to be
not
honest.
triggering.
No.
Your voice has pitched higher. You've noticed that.
No,
I'm okay, I'm fine.
Wait, tuko na kazi mingi sana hapo. Kuna maswali zimeulizwa hapo. Which one do you want to start with?
I want to start with the word for processing emotions.
Okay. We have 6 minutes, so to it.
Yeah. So first of all, before you even process an emotion, you have to understand what emotion you're feeling. And emotions are a thing many of us are not taught in school. So what I tell people, go to Google a wheel of emotions and you will understand what it's telling you. So there are primary emotions and secondary emotions.
Okay.
So for example, you can be feeling angry. Many people, you ask them, they say, I'm feeling angry. Why? Because angry is an easy emotion to feel. But probably behind angry, they're feeling unheard, they're feeling judged. So anger is an easy one to explain than to tell you that I don't feel seen. I'm feeling judged by the people that I am with. So it's very good to first go and understand, and then come back and ask yourself, what is this emotion telling me? Like sitting back and first, before you come, you understand the emotion, you feel the emotion. So you don't try to buffer it.
Okay, get you.
So if it's anger, if it's sadness, if it's joy, just feel the emotion, sit with it and feel it. But for many of us, you know what we want? We want to reason it out or hide it at the back of our minds. Like I want to cover the sadness that I am feeling by making myself feel something pleasurable. So they will go and get into something that makes them feel nice instead of sitting with the emotion of feeling bad. So you sit with that emotion and then you will ask yourself, how what is it telling? What is this emotion telling me? And this now goes back to self-awareness. Are you even taking account of your own life? What is happening? Could there be something that happened that triggered you?
How do you feel the anger without going to do something crazy?
I've seen people who, those people who go and punch. Yeah. Don't go and drink for you not to feel angry.
Okay.
Yeah, go and express that emotion.
And then drink afterwards.
You can go and drink afterwards.
No, don't.
I don't want to tell Kenyans not to drink. They might roast me. Yeah. I heard someone saying, I wish there was a playground where people just go and scream. Yeah. You want to let that emotion out. You want to feel it come out of you. So go look for something to take away that emotion. Yeah. Even something like journaling, like if you're feeling down, just go and put it down. What in words by word, this anger, describe it, this sadness, describe it. So you have to know what is this that we are processing. You have to sit with it and feel it, and then you come and again ask yourself, what is it telling me?
Okay.
On the issue of separate rooms,
yes,
I've worked with couples that have separate rooms, but for very good reasons according to their living arrangement. And one of them was a very light sleeper and used to wake up early and go to work early in the morning. So they don't want that disturbance. But the other one also was not used to work late and would come late and doesn't have to wake up early. And since the one waking up early was the light sleeper, was like, you know what, you keep disturbing my sleep. I need this. Yeah. So, is it something that is working for the two of you? Yeah. Then again, I always remind myself there are things that marriages are not made for, and the problem usually comes in when we want to do things in a marriage, and marriage was not made for those things. Okay. Yeah. Closeness, connection is made for marriage. If it is not for you, imagine keep of marriage. Yeah. You will sit with someone in the house, but don't expect them never to step on your fingers, never to step on your toenails, so to say. They will. If you do not want to be triggered in that way, don't go and bring someone else's daughter or son to live with you. So there are things that happen. For example, when the two of you are here in the studio and you find your pen or your book has been misplaced, you won't just keep making noise because you live with people. You understand. Yeah. Probably if it gets too much and it's interfering with your well-being, you draw a boundary and tell people, when you do this and this, I don't like it. So please let's try and, you put up a boundary. But there are things that are made for marriages, and there are things that are not made for marriages. Yeah.
Bashir, unasema aje manze?
No, I think nimeagree na anasema. I think there's this quote that says, inconvenience is the price you pay for community. Like if you're gonna spend time with someone, you're gonna be pissed off, you're gonna be they're gonna be all up in your space. So I think wanasema ni if you're gonna get into that contract of you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, understand that you're giving away some of these freedoms, and some things are made for marriages zingine.
Yeah.
I'm shouting out Fernandez, anasema locked in from Chimoy, brother. Shout out to you, Fernandez. Zirkaizi says something which we should talk about later because our special guest is still around. Somebody says, me, I chapa to deal with sadness. He's talking about masturbation. And I masturbate to deal with sadness. Mazeo tunapitia sana huku nje. Aya, Luaka anasema Agnes to share her social handle so that we can reach her for advice. We're going to do that when we come back. But shout out to everyone who's listening on YouTube. We have quite a number of people who tuned in. Shout out to everyone. Madam Psychologist. Yeah. Ati it's in theory it's working. Lakini love ukiona tu mtu you're whipped.
You guy me, yeah. I think ni kwa ground mambo tofauti. Practicals na theory.
I think because you haven't gone through proper mtaro.
You guy,
that's why you're using emotional decision making.
Me nikiamua nilisema naenda kwa soko, and these are the things. It's like going to the super and you go with a shopping list, and then you enter the super and the first thing you see, you guys, is the bakery. You guys, And you don't have maze queen cake on the list, but you guys, there's a freshly
Unanunua queen
baked.
cake.
Exactly.
No, you need
So
some.
sometimes you go maze with a serious shopping list, cucumbers, onions, nini, healthy things, and then you go there maze, and then maze unapatana na something very enticing. Then, yeah. So hapo ndo unajipata 17 years later you are in a marriage with that queen cake. And that's how
Alrighty, welcome back, people. This is Radio Generation, 17 minutes past 9 o'clock. Today we hang out with Agnes Ng'ang'a, who is a therapist, a counseling psychologist, and an all-round good person.
Yeah.
Hata sisi tunasomanga ma energy hapa.
Yeah.
So mtu akiingia tunaona, this is good. And we're enjoying this session. And thank you so much for making the time, by the way. We don't take you taking your time to be with us here for granted. I had a question, and I was sharing this with you when we were having listening to the jams. In relationships, sometimes you meet someone, and the question is, does sex cloud decision making when you're meeting someone new? All right, unakutana na mtu, next day kitambo there's a thing called kuchipo. Umechipo mtu, you go, you have sex, and then all of a sudden you're in a long-term relationship without going through these other issues. What do you think of that?
A good question. And I think the simple answer to that, it is yes. It crowds your decisions making. There's a study that was done. I'm trying to remember the specifics of this study, but they are eloping me. A study was done on men and women, and they found that when women have sex at first with men, they produce a certain hormone. I can't remember exactly the name of the hormone, but it's a bonding hormone. Okay, but men don't produce that bonding hormone at that instant. It is produced. Men produce that bonding hormone with longer relationships.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you find that for men, they will bond into a chick or into someone when the chase is longer.
All right.
Yeah. But for them, when it's the chips funga, they can close and get done. But the women with the sex and the orgasm, that's when they produce this bonding hormone.
I think it's called oxytocin, right?
Yes.
It's called the love hormone.
Yeah. So there's also another one beyond that. I will remember the name and I will tell you. So you find that so when you're bonded with someone, this is someone you have met in soko ya usiku yenye avocado zimefinywa yeah, zile fresh
Bei ya jioni.
yeah, zile fresh zilienda asubuhi and then they bonded with you. Okay, and if you're a man who's coming from lack of validation, of attention, and this chick has bonded with you and they give you this lack and this validation and this attention, you feel like this is what I wanted. But then again, in the long run, this wasn't what you wanted. So it's already compromised your view of whatever you wanted. It's like wearing, there's a term we like using, like wearing colored glasses to see life. And then you remove and you realize, this is not what I have been saying. So the simple answer, it is yes. So it is good first to bond with someone, get even to know someone before you commit into a sexual relationship. When chemistry kicks in, trust me, mambo inaweza enda mrama.
Kwa mtaro.
Yes. Okay, si lazima kwa mtaro.
But utaiona.
Yeah, but I don't want to say
mtaro
that,
adjacent.
Yeah, mtaro utaionea pale. So before, if you can retreat your steps before you get to the mtaro, the better. But has there been people who probably engaged in those chips funga and lived
happily ever after?
Yeah, they are there. But this happily ever after, remember, it's not only always happily, and then it also depends on what personalities these people are. What kind of a person are these people? What, as they engage in the relationship, are they bringing anything else on the table other than who they are? Because there are people who are focused. If someone is focused, there are people who understand themselves better. and they are able to sit back and say, wait a minute, we can build our relationship on something more than just what is happening. So if they can do that, and one of the things that enables people to do that is, for one, when they are self-aware, when they are emotionally intelligent, and then also again when they understand what is it that they want in life. They are able to retreat back and say, we started this way, but we can still steer our relationship to go into a way that we want, and not to mean that they will not have fights.
Okay.
They will have fights, but these are fights. But then after that, they have repairs. So we say they have ruptures and repairs. So most of the relationships, regardless of how it started, it also depends on how you repair your ruptures.
All right. We're joined by Agnes Ng'ang'a, who's a counseling psychologist, a therapist, and she's created some time, a relationship therapist. She's created some time to just hang out with us over in the wind down and bring in a wealth of knowledge na kupiga hii show jeki.
Yeah.
Unajua watu wajui hii show ni show ya maana sana.
I think I think there are a lot of people heading to the mtaro, but Agnes
you guys.
guide
diversion. Check it.
I think I make a bridge, wamepanda wameruka the other side of the mtaro. Now they are safe.
We're saving lives over here on the wind down. Valentine is coming up.
Yeah.
You know, there are people who have great plans. People are hiring helicopters. Guys want to take their chicks huko Lake Ellis. You know, wamenunua sijui flowers. Wamekasirika na gava sijui wameban bouquets.
There's a guy maze who promised his girl the entire earth. So I think we have a couple of days to relocate, guys.
Yeah, I can't just take my chick to local kibanda and tell her, for me Valentine is daily. Hii si maneno mzungu mgani hata alikama up na historia ya Valentine.
Actually, it's a big conspiracy. So you know, the people who make chocolates, make teddy bears, roses, it's a whole cabal. It's an underworld. It's, you know, like you see how there's big pharma, there's big roses, you know, like they're doing this thing, and they, you know, they're just, who said chocolates and roses and me is the mark of love?
Yeah, but now don't you agree?
No.
Damn.
I am not letting the women down. No, the chocolates need to be there. The flowers need to be there. But the question is, do you need to hire that helicopter? Remember we said issues come in when you do love for Instagram and for the show. So even now, if you're doing Valentines for the show, you still have find the issues. So the question is not about whether mtaenda kwa kibanda madondo na chapati ama mtaenda
Lake Ellis.
Lake Ellis, wherever that is. Probably I'll find out one day. Wherever that is. So the question is not whether it is that. The question is, what is it that you want this person to feel? Because many people want to feel seen, they want to feel connected, they want to feel loved. So even if you brought all this and you don't connect and love this person and make them seen, loved and respected, it is all in vain. So the intention behind the Valentine is what matters. So don't do it for show, do it for connection. So love is not proven by so many huge things.
Grand gestures.
No, it is on how you accurately understand this person.
So it's on a day-to-day basis for the whole year until the next Valentine.
Yes, and then and then we write it in bold letters on Valentine's Day. So day to day, but don't neglect day to day. Then come and wow someone on Valentine.
Okay, I get you.
No, do day to day connections. And what sustains love is the simple actions. I remember a story was given of this lady who was being asked, when did you know that your marriage has ended? And she was like, every time they were married, from the time they were married and lived with the husband always used to go and buy for her favorite breakfast cereal. So every morning, every day, the lady would have her breakfast cereal. When the box is almost finished, put it outside, so the husband knew she needs a refill. And because they used to buy it, I think near a store on the guy's workplace, so he would replenish every other time for years. Then one day the lady realized the guy hasn't replenished my cereal. I've left the box there intentionally for 2 days, and that's when it hit her. It dawned on her that things are not okay in my marriage. Yeah. So those simple connections speaks a lot.
Mazi, that's the best way to end this amazing sesh. I hope it's not the last one. You're welcome to come back again and again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
I'm happy
think-
to be here.
Yeah, man, we are bonded. This is the beginning of a great relationship.
Yeah.
Agneses are real.
Yeah. No, you've really made it. PR Agnes imerudi iko sawa. Now Agnes is a very positive name in our life.
Oh yes.
So if people want to find you, you've said we can find you on Facebook, right?
Yeah. And on the silent therapist.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the silent therapist just gives people advice on day-to-day life. So we talk about and how to handle some of these life's adversities.
Okay.
You don't walk this journey alone. Hii mambo ya mtaro, wacha tuone mtaro 18. We give preventative measures, but when you wako kwa mtaro, we also give curative measures. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Tulisema hata kama ni a candle, it's okay, that is light. So love can always be found again.
The Silent Therapist on Facebook, please go and check that page out. And if you want to send a DM, you can send a DM.
Yes.
Maybe if you need some private therapy, or if you need a session, you can just hit the Silent Therapist app. But Bashir, do you want to thank the guest for coming?
Yeah, thank you so much for coming through, Agnes. Thank you for changing the narrative. Agneses are so back. They're so a positive sort of connotation. It's been fun having a conversation with you. It felt like we've just spoken for like 2 minutes. So you definitely have to come back. And just for all the girlies listening to us tonight, I just want to tell you that there are better gifts than a boxer and socks and a vest. Let's try harder this Valentine's.
Okay.
For our dudes. Niko na socks za kutosha.
Gari yangu imewaka nini light.
Yeah.
So
Hapo unataka kupakiwa rangi.
Akuweke bushes.
Nieke tu full tank itaweza. But kama unataka pia bushes ni sawa. Siwezi kataa.